Hey guys, this is Austin, and today I'm here with what to expect with the new Samsung Galaxy Note 3. Now the Note 2 is still one of my favorite phones as it combines a huge screen with awesome battery life, so let's see how the Note 3 stacks up. To start with, let's take a look at that huge screen. So the Note 2 had a 5.5-inch display, whereas the Note 3 is expected to bump that up to a 5.8-inch 1080p panel. Now even though the screen size will get bigger, that doesn't necessarily mean that the phone will get any bigger, as if you look at the Galaxy S3 versus the Galaxy S4, they're both pretty much the same size. However, the Galaxy S4 is able to fit just a little bit of a bigger screen in there by getting rid of some of the bezel around the edges. Thanks to that, it should keep the removable back panel, allowing you to still get access to your micro SD card slot as well as the battery. And speaking of that battery, it should be awesome. So like I said earlier, the Note 2 has still one of the best battery lives of any phone that I've ever tested, and even if the Note 3 is just a tiny improvement on that, it means it's still going to be probably among the best of the best. As far as the build quality goes, that one's still a question. So some people think that the Note 3 will be made out of metal, similar to what we find on the HTC One. However, I'm not quite sure, as Samsung has been continuously making phones out of plastic, and that's definitely not a bad thing. There are pros and cons to using both aluminum or plastic on your phone, but Samsung's been doing plastic for so long that I would be kind of surprised if they decided to move away from that. Although, if we do get an all-aluminum thinner Note 3, I am not going to be complaining. As far as specs go, this should be an absolute beast. So the Note 3 is going to be rocking a 2.3 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 quad-core processor, as well as 3 GB of RAM. Now I actually just want you to stop. Just think about that for a second. This phone is going to be about as powerful as some laptops. And to top it all off, it's going to be running the latest version of Android, whether that's Android 4.2, or who knows, 4.3 might actually be out by the time that the Note 3 is ready to be launched. Now we actually know quite a bit about the camera, as it should be the exact same 13 megapixel shooter from the Galaxy S4. So if you guys have seen my review of the Galaxy S4, you'll know that it's a very good camera. With 13 megapixels, there's tons of resolution, it's a very crisp and clear looking camera with good color, contrast. Pretty much the only slight negative is that the low light performance isn't quite as good as I'd like. But beyond that, it's an absolutely stellar camera, and it should be making its way over to the Galaxy Note 3. So how about when you can get your hands on this thing? So I would expect the Note 3 to be announced in early September and probably go on sale a couple weeks later, so it's actually really very close. So what do you guys think about the Galaxy Note 3? Personally, I'm excited. I mean, I still think the Note 2 is a pretty good phone, but if you update the screen, get better specs, and update the build quality a little bit, I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. But definitely be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're interested in more, feel free to check out my review of the Galaxy S4, which should give you a good idea of what the Note 3 is going to be all about. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to leave it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this, including the full review of the Note 3 once it comes out. Anyway guys, I will catch you next time.